Hey there everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Ormy and today we are back with Motorsport Manager, the pre-season for ZRT Autosport, heading into Season 2. Season 1 we fell 1 point short of getting promoted to the Asia Pacific Super Cup, which would have been a fantastic achievement but made our job infinitely more difficult. So, I feel good about where we are right now. I'm happy with what is going on. So, if we have a look at the scouting first, you can see a few contracts are coming up to end. And when we look at the scouted people here, contracts ending with Flores, with Becker, with De Graaf, Fox, who I guess could make a good option. Tyler, not so much. I don't like the feedback there. Maciel, I'm a little bit not really sure on. Nightingale, probably not good enough, and Sylvander. So, the people who we would probably want. Sylvander will not come down. So that's a starter for 10. Then we got a crash-happy driver, but someone who's pretty good despite, in Fox, and she will not come down. Then De Graaf, of course, will not come down. And Becker also will not come down. Flores, nope. So that kind of puts us in a position where none of our drivers who we really want are going to come down to us because of where they currently are. And that's fair enough. That is perfectly understandable and reasonable. We could give some of them more money. We could, you know, make them star drivers, but that's not really what they're about. So that's okay. That's okay. Now, looking at the 2017 drivers, you've got Johnny Navarro and Claudia Dreyfus. Not really too much there. So if we really wanted somebody who we have scouted, I mean, Cavalcanti doesn't have the feedback we want. Rafael Rodriguez has just got picked up and would cost 3 million. And Maury probably isn't good enough. So really, of who we've scouted, there aren't any. There aren't any at all, which lead me to believe that they could be absolutely what we're looking for. And worth spending a decent amount of money to replace Valdez. So, I'm really not sure about someone like Hong Liao either. But he is at least interested, so we'll go and scout him. Chu no, McLeod no, Shanky no. Let's look then. Come on. Need to find options. World Motorsport, no. John Sudir. I mean, if we look here, 11 feedback. Valdez is pretty decent elsewhere, but let's see. 12, 12, 12. Yeah. John Sudir could be decent, so not interested. Okay, we're going to move away from that then. Nunez, Linares, Shukov's in the WMC, of course. So that's everybody there. So let's go to the racing series. I don't think anyone will come down to us. So they've got to be unemployed or they've got to be in the ERS. El Sadat. So, adaptability might be poor. And the overtaking is very likely to be quite poor as well. Apart from that, smoothness might go up. The feedback's highly likely to go up, and he's not interested at the moment, but I will scout out El Sadat because he could be another long-term option. And I do like getting these options in place. No smoothness from Arbeloa. Now he's definitely... Oh, he's not interested, really, with that morale. Okay. Not someone I really wanted, but someone who I thought could be an option. Karim Shah, look at this then. He wants to join a higher championship team. Yes, but you're... Oh, come on, Shah. Like, your contract runs out in a year and you're absolutely doing nothing right now. Krantz is interested though. Okay, so smoothness is going to be an issue with the tyres, but we're going to look at him. They're going to be our scouts, our scouting prospects for the moment. But I do want to look around and see if there was anybody else. So it really doesn't look like, and I don't want to go that high up. So that's kind of where we are then. We've got Hong Liao, who is being scouted, who could be a decent prospect, maybe more of a reserve driver than anything else. El Sadat could have been a good person to actually slot in alongside Cruz, but does not want to leave Archer, which is understandable, but Magnus Krantz does want to leave his team. And so we might be able to move in, grab him, who could be a great second driver for us with a high feedback. So Krantz and Cruz could be the way forward. We have money. We should have enough money. So let's go and design next year's car. We saved 7.9 million. That goes in, gives us 24.6. And we're here now then, looking at engine suppliers. Well, there's no point in going for that from Shimizu. Rossini, decent. That's a nice base stat modifier. I understand that. But for 2 million... Yeah, to save 2 million and the fuel efficiency being a little bit better, which is something we do need if we're going to be pushing, then I think that engine supplier has got to be Mersault. Then Russian oil, not very good. Oceania, not very good. For the sake of an extra million, we can get medium fuel efficiency, and don't worry too much about the improvability. Same really here. I think Carbolon's the one to go for. Medium tyre wear. Very weak on the tyre heating, but hopefully we can get that up later. But yeah, I don't want to go weak. I'd rather spend the extra 1.5 million and get ourselves something decent. So far, not so great on the car for next season. The brake supplier, I mean, we've got to go with the big bucks here, haven't we? The money we saved on... Yeah. That money we saved there, the 2 million on the engine, allows us to spend on JP Race Technologies for better brakes. So, that's going to be 14.8 million. It's going to leave us with just under... It looks like just under 10 million in the bank. And we're going to get 2 and a bit star in everything. So, not the best. Hopefully we get some dilemmas, be able to spend some of that 10 million to jump up in a couple of categories. Hopefully, tyre wear, fuel efficiency. I think those are going to be key. So, that's going to be interesting. So, JP Race Technology, Mersault Mark 1 engine. We've got Sep Oil as the fuel supplier, and Carbolon giving us the materials for the chassis. So let me know what you think, guys. Are they the right choices? Go back, look over them. Did you think I should have gone anywhere else? And yeah, you're happy with the car, but is it too much money, etc.? You let me know, but that is what we are gonna do. So yeah, I can't improve any parts. We can't see if the parts actually continued through this season. And if they did, what ones they were, and if they were the rule-breaking ones or not, I'm not too sure. Now with 9 million, we could do something here. So I'm tempted for 12 weeks to build a scouting facility. But we can hold off that for a little while. Let me know what you think. Forecasting, no. Staff center, no. So really, what we really want to do is get the factory going at some point this season. I think that's going to be the key thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else we need to do, but that factory, I think, is going to be quite key. Yeah, the factory is going to be quite key to upgrading the car. And then the scouting facility, maybe to find a driver if we've got anything there. So, good knowledge, you can see on all of these. That should give us a decent position to start from, but let's jump forward then. Not sure what all these messages are. Car improvability. And we do have a sponsor here. So 3 sponsors then. 6 races up front there, which would be 1.1 million for 6 races. 1 million for 10 races, so that's out of it now. And this, of course, over 10 races would be 2 million. 1.1 to 2. That's just slightly a better deal, but that is up front. And they run out in 2 races time, so I'm actually gonna... I'm not sure you can get more than 3 offers. So I'd actually I'd lean towards Habla there. Yeah, I'd lean slightly towards Habla, but I'm going to wait until the first race, just for the first race, before we actually decided to do that. So we got Kashima, we've got Balmina, we got Condor, Cupcake, and Play Sport. So 3, 4, 5, 3 and 2. So halfway through the season, a lot of our sponsors need to be changed. But overall, things are okay at the moment. I don't think we need to go too crazy. So, Gato joins Lucatelli. Let's see what we've got going on here. So, John Satir moves to Firebird. Now, yeah, that's a shame. Someone who we could have been looking at. And okay, the improvability, 1.5 million to get an improvability of +1. No brainer, we're going to throw the money at that one. I think that is going to be good. So, how much are we losing per race? 588. What do we got here? Let's get rid of her. Tiny little bit extra per race. Not someone we need to, and it opens up the reserve spot later on. We don't use them as it is. Yeah, we don't use them as it is, so that is going to be okay. So, let's go to mail. Get rid of that. So, we'll have our scouting done on El Sadat. How good is El Sadat? Not great, to be honest with you. Not too good. So, a racer. Oh, look at that. No, +2 to everything. So, that improves things somewhat. He hits team orders. He does well there. Stock car champion. I mean, El Sadat's a decent option. Not really kind of what we would want at this stage, but that's okay. So let's see what else crops up here then. Few more signings by other teams. Oh, fuel supplier looks like has got a little boost there. So let's see, cornering 1 and marketability up by 5. So there we go. The World Rallying Tour. So Crew's getting a little bit of a boost there. Magnus Krantz, this is the guy who I was a little excited by. So, not great, I've got to say. So when we compare him to Valdez, what we'd be losing is they're pretty much the same in terms of ability and in terms of their potential. Money is probably about the same. So there is that. Overall though, tiny advantage to Valdez. Advantage Valdez. Still way advantage Valdez. Still advantage Valdez. I don't think Krantz pulls it back enough to really be the better driver by any stretch of the imagination. The marketability would take a big hit, which gets sponsors, which means money. However, we wouldn't have these downsides. I don't think it's enough for me to pull the trigger, considering it would be 4.4 million to replace Valdez with Krantz. So I'm not sure about that. Hong Liao, 6 more days there. So designers. Rico, decent young driver. Ugh. She might be quite decent. Fuel supply, fuel efficiency, plus 1.5 million. We're going in on that. So I think we've spent about 3 to 4 million on the car, but you can see, fuel efficiency's up, improvability's up. Not really the tyre wear yet, but we're getting into the stage where we could be competitive now this season. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. So Hong Liao. Okay, not too bad. He is a wonder kid, so he's got extra potential. And he would be interested. Okay, so he's currently racing for Dragon. He would be interested. We would lose a boatload versus Valdez. You can see braking's the same, but cornering there, smoothness, which is tyre wear, overtaking, consistency, adaptability. So not really what we're looking for right now. So let's see if we can get him down here. Person pays all. Nice singer on fee. We can afford to be a little bit generous here. 300,000. And bonus size, $60,000 there. So we're just going to throw a contract out to him, see if he wants to become our reserve driver at a lower wage. I don't think he'll be going for that, but he would be a good option, I feel. So let's see, Maury Krantz is going to Eastwood. Interesting. So he's insulted by those wages. The signing on fee for an extra 75,000, we can boost that up. And 300,000 then. Let's see, is that enough to get Hong Liao as our reserve driver? He would be a good reserve driver. So, not quite, okay. He's unhappy with that, so he's on 400 grand. He's probably going to want about the same. I'm not sure we can afford to really pay it, but if we throw up with 364 then, and just see if that's going to be enough. So he's willing to go back to the table. Now why, when he's got delighted everywhere, will he not go for that? So we'll see. Almeida. Firebird there. Let's go back to mail. So scouting report. Rico Asato. Terrible there on braking, but first lap hero. Look at that. Look at that. He is an she is an absolute beast off the line. So if we could get some good positions on the track, in lap 1 she could really set up. And then consistency, focus, smoothness, that would be really good. So braking and cornering would be the issue. It sucks that she went to Garuda because she won't join us now. End of the season though, if we don't pick up anyone else, I'd be happy picking her up. I think she competes quite well here over these with Valdez. Of course, we know braking and cornering she's not going to be as good as, but slightly better on tyre wear. You know, decent on overtaking. Her consistency is much higher. Adaptability, I don't really worry about too much. Fitness as well, I don't worry about too much. So those kind of negate each other anyway. Better feedback, much better focus. Not worried about Fashionista, but that first lap hero looks absolutely phenomenal. So being able to sign her up instead of Valdez at the end of next season, hopefully, would be my move. We'd get rid of the bad traits here. We'd get one really good trait, competitive, not lose much at all, if anything, between the true drivers, and that would be quite good. So it looks like Rico Asato might be our driver for next season, and we might have Hong Xiao as our reserve driver, which means Venezuelan number 1, a Japanese number 2, and a Chinese number 3. Very, very interesting. So let's have a look at this then. Livery 1, decent. 2 I like a little bit more. 2 is still my favorite. 5 could be interesting. 5 and 7, maybe 9, but between 5 and 7 here. Yeah, so primary color. So this affects those side pods. Okay, so let's stick with white there. Secondary color is on the top. Okay, the tertiary color underneath. So we can kind of go a light grey there. And the trim, of course, is up here on the black. What can we do here? Oh, that could be decent. That could be decent. What's that look like in 7? I like that. I do like that. I think the secondary color would need to change. Yeah, if I change the secondary color there, and then with black or a dark grey maybe on top. So that secondary is underneath and on there. Okay, so we're going to go We're going to go blue. We're going to keep the tertiary colour there, like that. I like that. Now we could keep that as a dark colour, but I think that's what I like the look of. I think that's a decent livery. We're going to jump on that there. So light sponsor. I think we're going to go with a grey. Dark sponsor. Either grey or black, depending. So that's black. Yeah, I think just so we can see on top there a little bit better. That'll do me. That's going to be our car for the next season. ZRT Autosport's new car. Let's have a look at it. And there we go. So, we're 83% of the way to designing our new chassis. We've got some decent tyres there, but good fuel efficiency and improvability. I'm hoping that we can be quite competitive this season, being up there in the top 2. So here's the contract proposal, which looks like it was accepted. Pre-season will be coming up, so yeah, Hong Liao. No, he's got high potential and could be a really, really good prospect moving forward. So, he's got a cold, but that's okay. Wonder Kid. So those would be 10, 16 feedback. High potential would be 30,000 a week. Sorry, 390 odd thousand a week. So we'd be down about $250,000 on what we were last season, which is a pretty big hit. It is a pretty big hit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. I'm really not sure. So, Hong Liao would be a decent driver. Cruz is our number 1. Valdez is number 2 until he gets replaced. Hong Liao would be a lovely number 3, but can I actually afford that? I can afford the signing on fee and the race bonus. And he'd be awesome to have in place. But would we need him? Would we use him? Would we use him? Not this season we wouldn't. Not this season we wouldn't. So let's not worry about that. Let's get through them here. So the car has been done. We need to do testing and see what happens here. So Cruz and Valdez out to test the new car. Cruz is slightly better, you can see, and has slightly more potential. So let's see where we finish up and how competitive we are at the moment. Valdez 10, Cruz 20th. He's struggling. It looks like we got an oil leak on Valdez. And that is not promising whatsoever. 12th and 20th. Are you kidding me? Well, not what we were expecting. To be fair, not what I was expecting at all. Okay then. Well, strong position. I'm not sure that's correct. Let's see, we could earn 4 million or 3.5 million more over the course of the season if we say first. But I'm not sure how good we're going to be. Now, I think we're going to be competitive, but I'm pretty sure our car is a little bit worse than last year. We do need some new brakes. We definitely need new brakes. And the first few races are going to be absolutely crucial. So let's see. We've got good brakes in there for Cruz. Let's fit the parts then. So Valdez would be content because he's got the number one car. That's why he tested better. But we all know what we're going to do here. We all know it. Let's just switch all the parts over. Give Cruz Valdez his car and vice versa. So, not too bad. Okay, not too bad. That gearbox looks okay. We can get the performance up a little bit on the engine, a little bit on the brakes, a little bit up on suspension. So that's okay. That's okay. I'm not sure though. I think that's the average brakes, not the really good set of brakes we did. So brakes is number one. Brakes, gearbox, I think we're going to need to do. So brakes and gearbox is what we're going to need to do. Of course, the engine needs as much work as it can get. So we're going to get Kai on there, making sure that those engines don't conk out on us too badly. The brakes need work, suspension needs work, gearbox also needs work. So it's going to be a bit of a tough run-in for this first race. I think I'm going to bank a little bit safer and accept second place there. So if we do miss out, we're not in too much trouble. So hopefully that sets us up quite well. So we can travel there to the Black Sea in a moment, but let's have a look now. 63 on the engines. That's pretty decent. So that's a little bit better from where we were. So let's design the new parts then. We need brakes, don't we? We do need brakes. So deceleration plus 20, that could be decent there. Oh, look at that, plus 50, that could be awesome. A deceleration 50 there plus 20. Ooh, I don't know. I'd really like that risky part, but we know what that does. We know what that does. So what's this then? 90. Yeah. So that's 60 and you're on 16. So yeah, that would be a lovely little thing to start off with. So let's go there then. Deceleration. It's not going to cost too much money. Let's throw $500,000 at that. So 5 days, so at the other side of the race we should have the new brakes which we can then work on, and that should mean that we're not back of the grid for our deceleration. We're quite far back on acceleration, which could be an issue. Top speed, we're beating two teams, and it looks like on the medium speed corners we're fairly competitive but not really good. So that's kind of where we're going to be set up for the new season. Yeah, getting that reserve driver Liao might have been a little bit too costly. So we can make money. We can make money with 7th or above, which might be our best shot because we've got parts which need fixing. We've got, you know, we've got a decent car, but it's still well down the order. We've got good drivers, but we know Valdez is hit and miss. 4th or above might be a little bit of a stretch for 200,000 extra. And I don't see us winning our opening race. So we're going to probably just go with Cruz there. Give him a good car, hopefully a good setup, and we will see how things work out for Season 2. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed Season 1. You're excited for Season 2. Let me know what you think of the moves I made. Would you have gone with Hong Liao as a reserve driver, even with the amount of money that would have cost? Do you think I should have changed Valdez, or was I right to keep him for another season? Of the drivers I've scouted, who could be the replacement? Did I spend the money on the right parts of the car? Am I right giving the best parts to Cruz, etc.? Let me know, guys. If you are excited for this season, first race coming up soon, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you don't miss whenever any content goes live, and follow me on Twitter at ChrisArmy. That's where any giveaways will be announced. We've got one for Out of the Park Baseball, a great last minute Christmas gift to a sports fan or a computer gamer. So enter in that competition. That'll be closing very soon, I think. So see what's up with that. But until then, guys, thanks very much for watching. I've been Chris Army from Valdez, Cruz and the crew out at ZRT Autosport. We need to go one better than last season, get promoted to the Asia Pacific Championship. But hey, it's gonna be a tough season. It all starts again right here in the next video. Take care, guys, and I'll see you back here for the start of Season 2.